Hi, everyone. We are working on Module 4 this week. And with Module 4, as always, in all of our modules, start at the task list. These give you the pages in which you want to read with the required textbook. There's the hot link. This gives you some background knowledge and information on the areas that we're going to be working on. There are 3 key resources. You do want to familiarize yourself with these this week if you are not already familiar. The biggest one is MLA document design. This will be expected of all your submissions. So if you are not already familiar with that, which hopefully, fingers crossed, you are from taking English 103, we give you 1, 2, resources within this to go take a look and review and get familiar with MLA document design. We are giving you an informational page containing some videos on the different parts of the research proposal. This is the first major writing you're going to be submitting, and we are starting that right now. So this particular one is conversation in your stance or your position, some tools or methods that you might be using or you need to be aware of potential use that you're going to be talking about in your essay or in your proposal. And then this talks about the ENGL databases to find topics. If you are still working on topics and trying to figure out what aspect of the topic you want to cover. And then, of course, points of view reference within the databases, because, of course, that's going to be very important that you're aware of other points of view in relationship to your topic. And then the final one is the art of the ACTs. ACTs really talks about integrating your sources within the essay, and this will be crucial. You are going to need to integrate them within your essay, so you want to be familiar with the art of the ACTs and what that means. Now, again, hopefully this is not new to you, that you've had some exposure to this in English 103, but even if you have not, we provide that for you. So these are great resources. Just familiarize yourself with these things. And then research questions and keywords. So throughout your proposal, and then of course during your research process, you're going to be working with keywords and questions. You're looking to find answers to those questions so you can include this in your essay. So here are some tools and resources that will help you in that quest as you are doing some things. And then of course, remember, these are all helping you to complete this assignment and this one, both the question database and the research proposal draft. Now, back to the graded items. So you have 3 graded items this week. So the first one is research questions and database sources. So there are 2 videos. One is how to evaluate sources. The second is the difference between primary and secondary sources. It's important that you look at these and have a good understanding. We certainly refer to the CRAP test as well. There's a table with a CRAP test, but essentially the evaluating sources is you're looking for credibility and reliability and making sure that they are worthy of using for your essay. So this particular assignment, you review the videos, but then the actual item is down here. It's a file. So you click into it and you will notice on the bottom left-hand corner, it downloaded and then it opens. And this is an interactive document, which means you're going to be doing your writing right on here. You click enable editing, follow the instructions, and essentially you are typing your items in the table here. It will adapt to the size you need. So the more you type, the bigger the box will get. Be very, very aware you need to follow the directions here. So in here, I'm telling you, you're going to list below at least 5 to 7 research questions. Okay, do be aware it says at least. And these questions are something to do with your research topic. You know you're going to have to be able to answer to write effectively about that in a knowledgeable way. These questions you're developing are going to guide your research. So make sure as you're looking and thinking, you want your questions to reflect that these are things you're going to have to be researching and finding out about. Now, keep in mind, these are not a hard and fast. You're going to have more questions. Questions may evolve as you develop research. This is our starter level. So after you have your list of questions, then next to each question over here, you're going to utilize critical thinking, and you need to list keywords and phrases that are going to help you effectively search. So let me quick kind of point out where I'm talking about. So you've got your question here, and then you're going to put your keyword and or phrase there in this box. And what this is a critical thinking aspect. Okay, what would be good terms? What would be effective phrases and terms to use to help me find answers to that particular question? And then over here, sources you're going to search to find answers to those questions or find information relating to that question. And you need to be very specific. In the instructions, I do tell you I want you naming sources. So for example, if you just simply write database, that will not get you credit. That would not be considered fulfilling that. You need to give me the specific name of the database you will be searching. What databases are you going to search? And then and it doesn't have to be database, by the way. It could be, you know, a website, those kinds of things. But again, don't just say Google, right? That's a search engine. That's not what I want. Okay, what website do you think you're going to use? Sorry, my Siri is talking back at me. So then after you have this, so again, I want to take that away because Google won't be enough, but maybe you're doing medical questions or something, and so you're going to search on WebMD. Okay, that's the name of the website. Okay. Explain how you're going to evaluate credibility. So if you find information in here, talk about, okay, how are you going to determine credibility? Are you going to use the CRAP test? Are you going to look for credentials? Tell me, how are you going to determine that this is a reliable and credible source that will be of value to you in your essay? So again, if you're not already familiar with the CRAP test, it is the credibility and reliability, and that addresses all of those things. There's a table and you look through those things. If you're looking at, for example, on Google search engines or websites, you could also look for scholarly sources. You can also do that within the databases. Look for scholarly sources. Scholarly means it's peer reviewed. And then last, you need to tell me, is this going to be a primary or a secondary source of information? In other words, what source was it? Was it primary, which is the original publication? Or is it a secondary source, which means it's in a container that houses multiple sources and you found it there? So FYI, databases are usually secondary sources. Now, again, I want to caution you, there's nothing wrong with it either being a primary or a secondary. That is totally acceptable either way, but you do need to identify if it is primary, the original, or secondary, which is like a container that you found it housed somewhere else. So essentially you are filling this in with 5 to 7. And then when you are done, you need to save, and then you would upload the completed document to our Moodle page. All right, the second one is, let's go back here, module 4. So the second item is our forum. So what you need to do is you need to do a writing consultation for your proposal. So hence, you're going to have a draft of your proposal. So you need to go and do a consultation on it. And the forum is basically you're writing about that. So you are going to post a minimum of 7 sentences, and you're going to talk about your experience with a consultant in regards to the draft of your essay. And when I say draft of your essay, I mean research proposal. So heads up, our forum posts are always due on Wednesdays. So that means you have to have your consultation completed on your draft before Wednesday if you're going to be able to post and write about it. Your replies are not due till Sunday. So that brings me to the third item, your actual draft of your research proposal. So do know, before you upload your draft, you need to do a completed writing consultation on it. The purpose of that consultation is to improve, make better, and allow you to score the highest that you can score on your draft. So if you do it, if you upload this before you do your consultation, there's a real strong chance you won't score as high. So here are the items. If you look at this download, this is a checklist. Do you have all of these items on your proposal? These are things that need to be included in your proposal. What is also helpful, and by the way, this is a draft. It's not the final version, but you should be able to upload a really high quality draft based on after you've gotten a consultation, you got feedback. Feel free to take this with you or share this with you in your Zoom session with your consultant so they know what is being looked at within the proposal so they can help you and guide you effectively with that. So just a recap. Good resources, make sure you look at those resources, get yourself familiar with those resources, as well as the readings up in the textbook. Activities and assignment, research questions and database sources, no problem. Go ahead and complete that. It is not difficult. This is probably the shorter of them. Just pay very careful attention to the directions. The discussion forum, this is a bit of a tight timeline for you, which means you're going to really have to put the pedal to the metal, get an appointment done, get a consultation done on your draft. And then after you get feedback from them and you've made modifications, changes, upload your draft here by the due date, which of course is Sunday before midnight. As always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions, concerns, or issues. And otherwise, happy writing.